Hi there, my name is Megan Levy and I'm going to tell you a little story. So 2 years ago, I started having this pain in my abdomen. And when it started, I spent a week in and out of the hospital trying to figure out what it was. At first I was told it was a UTI, and then they were like, well, it could be appendicitis. And then they didn't know, so they sent me home. A little frustrating. So I went to my family doctor, and she thought that it could be maybe food related, so I tried a few different diets, and nothing seemed to help. So that was almost 3 years ago now. It started 3 years ago January, which is insane. Like, to think of how far I've come since then. Anyways, I'm getting ahead of myself. So I was in pain, didn't know what to do. I was going into my grade 12 year, and it was bad enough that I could barely go to school. I was going to school like 2 times a week. Like, it was bad. It was drastically affecting my life, and I didn't realize just how much it was affecting my life. I mean, I couldn't wear jeans. I wore sweatpants all the time, which, like, I love sweatpants, it's all good, but you know, sometimes you want to be able to look presentable, and it was hard to. And so that family doctor left, and then I got a new one who basically just told me, well, you're a teenage girl, it's just cramps. Luckily, he didn't last very long. He left, and I got a new family doctor. And this new family doctor, oh my goodness, I love him. So he asked me what I thought it was. And I said, well, I think it could be endometriosis. And so he Googles it and is like, yeah, could be this. And so he sent me off to a gynecologist. So once I got to the gynecologist, she decided to send me for an MRI, and they didn't find anything. I had ultrasounds. They didn't find anything. So I tried different birth controls to see if that would help, and I tried a pill that wasn't a birth control, but it's specifically for endometriosis, but that didn't really help either. So back in March of this year, 2017, I had a surgery. It was a laparoscopic surgery, and they found endometriosis and removed it. And that was it for a while, and I was doing much better. I could wear jeans again. I was able to live my life, except when I was on my period. When I was on my period, I was still missing work. I was, like, it was so bad I could barely get out of bed some days. It was that bad. And so I talked to my gynecologist, and she suggested that I have an IUD put in, which can apparently help. The only problem is I had a uterine septum, so like a little piece of muscle tissue that almost divided my uterus. And so I had to have surgery to have that removed, and then they put the IUD in, and that happened last month. And oh my goodness, the difference it has made. I mean, right now I'm still recovering, so I'm still pretty crampy. And you know, periods are still gonna be rough for the next little bit. But I can already tell it's gonna make a difference. I'm really hopeful, and I feel so confident that, like, that was exactly what I needed to do. And now I feel like I'm unstoppable. I feel like I'm on top of the world and I can do anything because I don't have this barrier anymore. And it's such an amazing feeling. And I just wanted to share that little story with you. And now you know what's been going on.